EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right to the air is Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Pacheco headed right. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's laid out deep for Rice. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Got a man, it's Brown. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. He's into space past the 25 and down to the 19-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with it or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll get about 6 here before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would admit that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. And Xavier Worthy with an amazing diving catch. And the Chiefs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The Chargers had 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That third down conversion good for 23.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. And McConkey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, and this unit very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. These two teams all tied after 1. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 6. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this 1st half. It's a 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
Mahomes now on the sneak. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Pacheco. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Joey Bosa in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Herbert now. That's to one of the new Charger wideouts, DJ Chark. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. On 4th down, Herbert. And he is caught. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Dancing to his left. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Herbert. A swing pass here to Edwards. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And the stop will come inside the 5 or the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
This has been a nice sustained drive, and after a run like that, I'd be surprised if they don't come back with even more running plays.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Dobbins is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Herbert. Going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And that will knot us up at 10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, Herbert. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 3rd and 3. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe try to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Flush to his right. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Here's Herbert. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
It's 4th down.
They snap it to Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Play action. It's Herbert. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. He will push his way down to about the 14. But now he appears to be in some pain. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now here's Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On play action, it's Mahomes. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Mahomes going to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Complete to Johnston here. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a yard. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Into a sea of defenders, and intercepted. He's to the 15. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Next to score, Chiefs 24, Chargers 16.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now it's Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Another run here with Dobbins. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Cameron Dicker on for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now Mahomes. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 16 more on that one and another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Eluding the pressure right. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Mahomes now to throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And here he'll get it down to the 7. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Butker's kick here is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Charger drive about to get going. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd and 7. Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Herbert throwing again. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Herbert now. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Here's Pacheco once again, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Ready to back on the heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Here comes 2nd down. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he is going to lose yardage here. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Mahomes will throw. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Could this be the drive that ultimately wins the game? How about the initiative he just took there? Running with it after he couldn't find a throwing lane, and he drove them into range for a game-winning field goal with that play. What an opportunity they've been presented to come through with the win.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
First down, Chiefs.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Oh, they took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. But it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert. Dobbins with it. And that's not going to help a whole lot. Maybe 4 yards on 1st down. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden likes to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Here's 2nd down. Herbert going to throw. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And they're able to stop it here on the spike with 3 seconds remaining. On 4th down, Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So 4 quarters couldn't settle a winner, and now the Chargers going to get the first opportunity here in OT as the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They give that extra.
Oh, and it's intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football, and probably third down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
First throw of overtime for Mahomes. Well, as good as he threw it there, now it winds up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. That he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Mahomes going to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he dropped it about the 11 after only a yard. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their second timeout here. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they'll be celebrating.